In this episode, I want to share with you 5 lessons I've learned from doubling our customers in the past 3 months. I'm super excited to be sharing with you this topic because this was something that we achieved and I'm super proud of it. And I want to share with you these lessons, and hopefully you can implement these lessons in your own business and see tremendous results over a short period of time. So let's get into it as to what we did in the past few months that actually help us to generate these results and the mindsets and strategies behind it. So the first thing is that I believe is that the offer is king. This is what I learned from it. And if you look at The Godfather, which is a brilliant movie about mobsters, one of the key phrases they say in the movie is,
"I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse."
Essentially, in the movie, that means make them an offer, and if they don't take it, just whack them over the head. Now, of course, I'm not advocating violence, but the principle, it is so important that you make them an offer they cannot say no to. And so that is my first lesson, because here's what happened. When we went out to do this offer, the initial offer, I tried all sorts of marketing copy and super fancy copywriting stuff that is like speaking to the pains and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, none of that worked. And I realized one thing is that if you have super good copywriting or super good marketing but have a bad offer, you still will get poor performance, right? So I believe the offer is everything. And if you have a poor offer, no matter how good your marketing is, you will still fall flat. And I experienced that myself, because this is what we tried. We tried performance guarantees, we tried free audits, we tried value first, like writing and saying you should like improve your ads by doing this and that. That didn't work. We actually created a new system to catch people's attention, and that is Sprints webinars. We sent it out there. That got a bit of attention, but conversion was still pretty poor, to be honest. And finally, what really worked was a pay for performance offer. So we said, let us come in, we will do your marketing for no upfront costs, but you only pay us based on results. And that worked like gangbusters, and that brought in multiple clients thanks to this one offer. So my lesson from this is that maybe it is not the marketing that is falling flat. Maybe it is your offer that is causing your sales to fall flat. So switch up your offer, because that could be the one thing that makes that change in your business. Now, the second thing is focus is absolutely key. And here I have Vito Corleone, one of the characters in Godfather, saying,
"Never hate your enemies, it affects your judgment."
Now, in business today, I believe our enemies are not so much our competitors. I believe the enemies are distractions, like shiny object syndromes, like doing things in your day that are low value. That for me was my main enemy. So I told my team, guys, I really need to focus on outreach if we are to achieve our goals by the end of the year. And so they said, yep, that's fine. We will take over the day-to-day operations and you just do your thing. And that's what we did, because without them, I wouldn't have achieved what we have achieved. So that's why I believe like having that team to help you to focus is so key and so important with sales and marketing. So that enabled me to try multiple things, like try paid ads, we tried cold email outreach, we tried LinkedIn marketing, we tried customized warm email outreach, we tried paid ads with webinars, all sorts of things. And ultimately, this gave me a very rapid way of testing what worked and what did not work, so we could actually get results faster. The other thing that came out of it is because I had more time, I could focus on my sales training and development of systems in the sales space. And one of the key things that we started doing that helped us completely transform our sales conversion was that previously we just had templated slides and we just swapped little details for each proposal that we made for our clients. Now, what we do is that we actually have a bespoke, personalized deck for each prospect that comes through the door. So no two proposals are even similar. Every single proposal is based on the needs and what will get the client to their ultimate goal, rather than putting in like, hey, this is what we do, this is our price, and here you go. So we can actually craft bespoke marketing strategies and plans for each and every prospect. And every slide as well, we use the faces, we use the logos, we create mock-up landing pages for them and mock-up ads so that they see and feel what is potentially gonna happen for them. And that has helped us convert much more clients than what we previously did. And lesson 2 for me was that the focus was key. Instead of previously doing some ad hoc marketing for my business, I was actually fully on board doing this full time, and that's why the results came. Lesson 3 is that leads are life. And if you look at The Godfather again, one thing they said there is,
My father's no different than any other powerful man.
So what does that mean? That means that even when you're running a mobster gang, you want to have as many options as possible, because by having all these options and opportunities, that's how you build a strong business. And for us, that is what I learned as well, because previously, as I mentioned, my leads were sporadic. It was through referrals, it was through organic search, and we were just praying to the business gods that more leads would drop on our lap. And that was not a great way to run a business. It's funny because I'm running a marketing firm, but I didn't have the time to invest into this aspect of the business, which is crazy in hindsight. And every time we were so emotional and so attached to each prospect that came in and
yeah, we got close this deal and then we got rejected, and then I feel emotional and feeling depressed about it.
Whereas now we are basically saying, hey, if we need new leads, we just turn on the tap. And that's the huge difference, because we're no longer wondering what's going to happen next week. We know what's going to happen next week, next month, because all we have to do is turn on the tap, bring in the leads, and get more business. Okay. So now it's more like, all right, if you reject me, it's like, all right, next, let's move on, because I'm not worried because I've got plenty of leads in my pipeline. So this also has given me tremendous confidence as well. When I'm dealing with leads and when I'm dealing with customers, it's given us a position of power and confidence to deal with rejection. And if leads don't happen, then that's fine, because there is the next lead coming through that we know we can generate. It's like a turning on tap system. So that is lesson 3, is that if you have leads in your business, that is going to absolutely transform your business, transform your life. And that's what it did for us as well. So find a way to have this turn on the tap scenario with your business and your leads, because that is going to absolutely transform your business and your life. Now, lesson 4 I learned is that persistence is absolutely paramount. Like in Godfather, he says that we have things we must do and we have the power to do them. So the lesson for me is that I know that I had this goal to achieve for the business, which is to double number of our customers. And I know that I have the knowledge in order to do it, but I just needed time to figure out how exactly is the process for my business, the best process for my business. So in this, persistence was absolutely critical. So let me tell you a story. I joined this lead gen group that had 40 other students in the group, and all of us, we were there because we want to figure out how to generate leads for our business. Out of the 40, I'll say 30 never showed up for the group meetings, and only about 10 were kind of committed to it. And out of those 10, I would say only 2 of us actually made it work. The other 8 of them were just there, and they were not taking massive action. They will be sending several emails a week, LinkedIn outreach to, 4 or 5 people a week, and they say, oh, this doesn't work. And I'm just telling them, hey, have you swapped out your offer? Have you swapped out your messaging? You do not have enough volume to say this does not work. And for the most part, a lot of them just gave up. And to me, that is crazy, because this is a way to generate more leads for your business. If you give up, then what business do you have? So that was for most people, right? And it's that's why I believe in business like there's a 90% fail rate because most people give up too soon. So just keep trying with different offers, trying with different messages, because that is the key to actually make your business grow. So like me, I tried different channels, different messages, different offers. And that's one thing that keeps me humble. And I remember this all the time because here's the thing, right? 90% of marketing campaigns fail. And this is not from me, but from the marketing greats, the direct response marketing greats, like the Dan Kennedys, like the Eugene Swartz of the world, that say that 90% of marketing campaigns do not work and only 10% of them actually give you some results. So to me, that keeps me humble. That keeps me thinking, okay, if I don't have the result initially, it means maybe my marketing sucks, maybe my offer sucks, maybe my copywriting is not hitting the point that my target audience needs to hear. So I keep changing and swapping things out to make things work better all the time. And that philosophy applies when we work with our clients as well. If something doesn't work, we keep trying, we keep testing different things until it works. Because I know that if you find that 10% that works, then it transforms lives, it transforms businesses. So that's why we never gave up. And as a result, we got what we desired. We got our target of doubling our customers in 90 days. And lesson 5 is to have goals and take furious action. Now, this quote in the Godfather that says, the lawyer with the briefcase can steal more money than the man with the gun. And that correlates so much to us because think about it. I am a paid ads expert. We have built funnels, paid ads for the past 10, 11 years for clients, and we know that works. So when it came to doing other ways of outreach, like using cold email outreach, using LinkedIn outreach, I kind of poo-pooed that a bit initially because I thought, hey, that makes me feel icky. Like, cold email outreach, what am I, like some kind of like beggar kind of thing? And I had this mindset until I said, look, I'm just not gonna judge. I'm just going to do it. And if it works, then great. I would have discovered a new way of getting new customers. And if it worked for other people, then it probably worked for me because it's a proven method. So who am I to judge? So I put aside my ego and I said, okay, let's do it. And that's the same thing with the Godfather, right? In order to achieve their goals of, billions of dollars, if they kept on doing it the old way, using guns and shooting people and doing all that stuff, they probably won't get the results that they want. So they had to switch to using lawyers. So that for me is the correlation I'm drawing from this experience. I also want to share with you, I set an impossible goal because I read Benjamin Hardy's book of The Science of Scaling. In that book, he tells me, hey, go and set an impossible goal. And for us, the impossible goal was to double our business in 3 months by the end of the year, actually. So we actually achieved it sooner than we expected. And we took massive, furious action, as I mentioned. We optimize fast, we change out in different things. I work nights and weekends in order to achieve this goal because I'm I'm just gonna get this goal. I don't care how hard it is, okay? And there's no half-assing or excuses anymore. And for me, that is so important that I keep my integrity to my team, that I say, I am going to help us to double our customers by the end of this year, and I will achieve that. And thankfully I did. Otherwise, I'll be kind of embarrassed as well. So yeah, that was the final lesson. For me, it is so important that to set those goals and treat those goals like so important, like someone's gonna hit you in the head with a club if you don't achieve those goals. That was that important for me. So in summary, the lessons I've learned is number 1, the offer is king. And number 2, focus is key. And remember, the leads are the life of your business. And don't give up, right? If there's a 4th lesson, and the 5th lesson is set yourself massive action goals that you actually take action to fulfill. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure please hit that like and subscribe button. It'll mean a lot to me because we spend so much effort into these videos. I know I'm not the best speaker, but I hope the content has inspired you and has helped you in some way. So thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you in the next episode.